Hello there everyone, this is Mr. Brass, and today I'll be talking about Ptolemy and astronomy. Natural philosophers of the 16th century were able to build better on the work of the Middle Ages in the fields of astronomy and physics. The realization of Ptolemy's mistakes have their funny origins, as they can be formed and they can go back to the debate between 15th century scholar George Trapezontus and John Bassarin. The debate was over who Greek's philosophy was better, Plato or Aristotle. At the time, Italians wanted translations of ancient Greek philosophers, and George gave them what they wanted, but he worked carelessly in a rush and made mistakes, which John pointed out. John would become a cardinal, while George had to flee to Naples due to the debate harming his reputation. While in Vienna, John met the emperor's court astrologer George von Beuerbach and sought his astronomical advice to help him engage in a good second round against his opponent. In 1450, George published a translation of the Ptolemy's Almagest, which failed as he didn't show the mathematical skill required to do work on it. John, to revel in his opponent's embarrassment, asked George to produce a summary of the Almagest. He'd complete 6 of the 13 books before he died and passed the work on to Regiomontanus, whom would complete it in 1463 and spent the rest of his life making new observations, which advanced mathematical techniques in order to correct Greek and Arab astronomy. His book On Triangles, which is a guide to trigonometry, may have had influence from Richard of Wellington, whom wrote a similar sort of work in the early 14th century. Regiomontanus was at least aware of him because he did have a copy of his work on creating of an Albion. Regiomontanus may have died of poisoning by Trapezontus for taking part in Bassarin's scheme, which would not be uncommon for politics of the day. George and Regiomontanus were instrumental in pointing out the problems in Ptolemy's model, and their books spread throughout Europe and were given to students. Well, that is all for today. This is Mr. Brass saying goodbye and get wise.